Here at Apex Cemetery in Faizabad lies the resting place for one of Labour's chief servants, Tubal Uriah Butler. Butler from 1937 fought for many things for workers, numbering among them better working conditions, higher wages, and a better life for workers in Trinidad and Tobago. He fought not only for the oil workers, but for workers throughout the country. The story of 1937's labor riots is well known, or is it? As the story goes, the oil industry boomed, but the workers were in desperate conditions. Tubal Uriah Butler, a Bible-toting Grenadian, breathed fire and brimstone under the plush seats of the expatriate oil companies, and the colonial administration sprang to the defense of capital. These children visiting Butler's gravesite say this.
Well, I know about Mr. Butler that he fought for the rights of the workers and because they weren't getting their proper wages.
What did Mr. Butler fight for?
Better clothing.
Butler had his power in the masses, and they would have done anything for him. Mr. Cyril Larrady, a veteran Butlerite and a man who has been with the labor movement since 1946, remembers what he heard about the burning of Corporal Charlie King, who was sent to arrest Butler.
Butler had a meeting just on the bowler's house, on the bowler's shop, on the gallery. And in the meeting, they came to arrest Butler. So when Charlie King came, I read the warrant and said that he came to arrest him. My brother said, Butler asked the people, comrades, must I go? And they said with a resounding no. And with that, the people just rushed Charlie King and Pacha.
But Charlie King wasn't the only victim of 1937. Many workers were injured, beaten, and even shot then and later on.
I saw one of the inspector fellow, what they call Morton, Inspector Morton, fat fellow. He took his staff and he was going to lash a fellow, and I had a saw piece of I was going to hit him on his head. And the chief of police, Muller, he was just above, and he shot me. But as he shot me, well, the people scrambled him, and then the police used tear gas and so on.
Faizabad is not just a small southern town situated in the oil belt. Faizabad is the seat of one of the most historical and aggravated times for workers in Trinidad and Tobago. But Faizabad does not reflect the outlook one would expect from a booming oil town. Mr. Harry Gokul, another student of Labour's revolution and who has lived in Faizabad for 60 years, remembers how it was.
I remember most how we fought for the workers, how we got increases conditioned by negotiation for the people, get certain condition change.
But when it comes to his hometown, Mr. Gokul says it is a town that never received the investment that was due, after contributing so much to the economy of Trinidad and Tobago. Besides OWTU's hall and Butler's grave, there are no other sites which can showcase the historical value of Faizabad.
I believe something should be done to Faizabad, such as where Labrador Charles was pierced to death because of his limp as Uriah Butler. I believe that place, regardless of what the people want for that piece of land, should have been bought, and some wonderful piece of structure be put up there.
Rookmin Maharaj, TTT News. This year, 1997, the labor movement celebrates 60 years of those who labor shall hold the reins, a phrase often used by Butler in 1937. But has it really changed that much? A veteran of the OWTU, the union born out of the movement, comments on labor's progress over the years.
To me, I find the companies not responding to the union's call. Reason being, I don't know. But they must have found that the union are not united. Otherwise, the sooner the union call on them, they would.
That's how it was in the past.
Yeah. Now, like when you send a letter to them, they take many days, but before time. Now, for now, you're getting reply and you're having meetings.
The movement was not only of oil workers, but those from the sugar industry as well. Prime Minister Basdev Pandey revisited his trade union roots to deliver a Butler Memorial Lecture. He says the disturbances developed because the oil and sugar industries were expanding, and workers were willing to unite regardless of color, gender, or job description. Thelma Williams, a long-standing labor and OWTU activist, remembers what domestic workers had to endure, at the same time highlighting the crucial role a woman had in the movement.
Pointer used to have a laundry, you could remember that comment? And one of the ladies there, you know how we like to gossip? We had a kind of a thing to roll the sheets and whatnot. And while she talking, she looked back at the sheet, the man could take her hand. It take off 4 of her fingers. And they say she had nothing to get.
Names such as Christina King, Clotilde Walcott, Alma Francois, Daisy Crick are all part of the foundation of the movement, and unions such as the OWTU, SWWTU, and the National Unemployed Movement, to mention a few. But besides the activists, there were the wives, sisters, daughters, and mothers who all played a critical role. President General of the OWTU, Errol MacLeod, admits that if it weren't for women, battles could not have been won. As Mrs. Teresa Weeks, wife of the late George Weeks, says although they were in the background, they had an important role to play. The labor movement does not comprise of only men, but also women. Women who have made great contributions to the movement and to the nation of Trinidad and Tobago. Rookmin Maharaj, TTT News.